Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Friday afternoon, November 15th, halfway through the trading month, and a banner day for the Bulls as we come out of that 9-day balance on a gap to all time highs, hold the gap, hold the trend day, have a double distribution day, a price spike, and a price probe. Can't ask for anything more than that from the Bulls. Now, last time we had that we got it all taken back the next day because we've had this trend of gapping higher and then trading sideways 2 days in a row before we make our next move. So it'll be interesting to see on Monday if that holds true. As far as opportunities today, we had an open and drive down. At the all-time high, we opened, went 1 or 2 ticks higher and straight down. If it was a true open and drive down and the sellers were serious, well, in B period then, we should have at least taken out A's low to one time frame down and test the gap. When we didn't do that, you knew the selling wasn't strong at all. I took a call position in B period right around our pocket at the time. And I made some money on it. It went up, but I wasn't that comfortable with it because it was an inside bar. I'm like, why am I taking a trade on an inside bar? I should be waiting to see if we take out the high and start one time framing up. So I got out of the trade. It was a decent sized trade, got out of it, made small. Well, when C started coming up again, I put a bid in. Didn't get it. C took out B's high, started going up. I didn't want to chase it. I should have. I got stubborn. And then especially when D started going, I thought D would pull back, give me an opportunity to get long again. It didn't, shot up. So what did I do? Because I was ticked off, I shorted it up here. Because we've had a tendency, even though with a gap high, a value high, a one-time framing up, we've had a tendency to take out the all-time high and then come back. We've never really held single prints during this run. Now, we did hold ours, the ES did not, but D and E gave me plenty of opportunity to make money on that trade as it came back in when I faded it. So I made money. It was a good trade. I guess the right trade really was to be long here. Then we traded sideways, 10 wide on the day we make our all-time high. The only other trade I did, L period, at the time we were 8 wide. I said I'm going to fade a new high. L took out K's high, not by much. We had a poor high, took a decent-sized put position, and rode it all the way down to POC. Was my best trade of the day. I didn't do anything in M period. I had a really good feeling, not good feeling. Odds were we would have a price probe the way we're trading, and especially since we had a poor high. I was thinking about getting long. I did not. Doesn't matter. Had a good day, but we do go out with the price probe. A lot of destinations from this day on the upside. We'll see if we act the same way we have in the previous 3-day balances to make up the 9-day balance where we gap high and trade sideways the next 2 days. It'll be interesting to see that. Okay, destinations, upside, one and only one. Well, there'll be 2 because we have a overnight all-time high now. 311.84 is a weekly high and our all-time high. And I think we traded around 311.89. It's fairly close as our overnight all-time high, but I'll see that later. For the downside, we have a bunch of them. 311.58, that's the price spike. That is F's high. I'm sorry, E's high. That was the high prior to the price spike late in the afternoon. So 311.58. I'm sorry, let me start again. We have the price probe, L's high, of 311.58. I apologize. Then we have the price spike, E's high, 311.46. Now, they're fairly close together, but they are 2 separate things. Price spike is when you make a new high or low late in the afternoon, probably from K period on. Price probe is when you make a new high or low in the last half hour. We did both today. So those 2 are your first downside destinations. Then we were 10 wide at 311.21. Then we have the single prints, a very small set. They start at 311.07 and get filled at 04, only 3 cents. Then we have today's low of 310.26 and filling the gap at 309.64. So we have a 58-point gap. We have a bunch of gaps. Now, chart-wise, monthly. Halfway through the month, monthly is up, outside month up, very healthy. Weekly, one time framing up, 6 weeks, and more importantly, coming into today, we didn't have a lot of distance above last week's high. Well, we certainly got that. So, 6 weeks, one time framing up, very healthy. Daily, 9-day balance, right? 3 lots of threes. We've basically done the same thing every time. Gap, balance, gap, balance. We didn't gap this time, but we went higher, balance. And now here we go again, gap. Now the question is, what do we get out of that? So we went from balance to firmly up in the daily. Volume, I'm looking right now at 61 million shares, which is very good. Actually, it wasn't that high around 4 p.m., so I'm wondering if there was a print put on right after the close. But regardless, 61 million shares, we're only averaging 49 million shares. So that's pretty good. Certainly no great shakes, nothing to write home about. But like I said, the more we continue to go higher without a pullback, 2 things. We're getting later in the year, so anybody who's lacking in performance is going to have to start getting involved, so that could increase us going higher. And 2, the higher we go with gaps all over the place. Yes, we've balanced and gone up, but there is still some poor structure here with all these gaps that we have on the daily and the monthly gap. 50-day moving average at 300, basically on the nose. Pretty impressive. I hope you had a great day trading and a great week. Have a good weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.